At theraces.com, Cheltenham Preview, sponsored by Ladbrokes.com.
Looking through the entries for the Albert Bartlett, it really does look the race for the little man. Mark Bradstock, Jeremy Scott, all got sort of horses in there with leading chances. Andy Thornton will be helping me in a few moments' time go through the form and see if we can pick out the winner. But first, let's all get these stats and facts from Matt Chapman.
Yes, I'm hoping that a great big man like me can find the winner. Let's have a look at the stats. Here we go. Well, 7 of the 9, 1, 2, 3 positions so far have been filled by horses starting single-figure odds. So, leading fancies. There haven't been many real shocks in this. All 3 winners had run well at Cheltenham early in the season, 2 of them winning. So, track form, crucial. And 7 of the 9 win and placed horses had previously won over 3 miles. So you need to have proved your stamina, Luke. No short runners in this particular event. So let's have a look at some leading contenders, and if there is a most popular winner at the meeting outside perhaps of the big 3 races, then if Lord Oaksey was happened to win with Carruthers, there'll be a massive cheer in the winner's enclosure. Carruthers, though, got to prove himself on a track like Cheltenham for me. Cordine, Willie Mullins. Elusive Dream probably is likely to give Cheltenham a miss. Gone to Lunch is considered a banker for some. Would certainly be the small man winning there, Mr. Scott. Leg Spinner, more likely, I think, to go to a handicap for Tony Martin. Lodge Lane for old Victor Dartnell. Nenufar Colons for Alan King. The Tother one, what a horse this has been for Paul Nicholls. He'll be a really nice chaser next year. Is this one race too many for the Tother one? And Trafford Lane, also a leading contender. I like a horse if he ran called Tasbar, but I don't think he is going to probably line up for this, so I'm going to give Carruthers the benefit of the doubt. But let's have a look at some of the leading contenders, and Gone to Lunch is currently the anti-post favourite. Let's start off with him.
Gone to Lunch, and Liam Hurd come towards the final flight of hurdles. Scrambled over it okay, landed by 3 lengths to Rebel Melody in second place, Superior Wisdom in third, then comes Go Johnny Go, and Dr. Kilbride is behind that. The closing stages, and Gone to Lunch just has to be ridden out by Liam Hurd to hold on to the long time pace setter Rebel Melody will finish in second place.
Mr. Wiseman, but Elusive Dreams come right away. When shaken up, Busker Royal has got past Zil Cash, but only marginally, as Elusive Dream bungles his way through the last. Busker Royal's gone through to second ahead of, in third place, Zil Cash, but a great day for Ruby Walsh. She's landed the 2 features, and in the colours which he wore aboard Denman at various stages last year, he lands the treble. Double on the day for Paul Nicholls.
As they race to the final flight now, and it's Carruthers with the red sleeves, comes over in front, only half a length to the good. Lodge Lane's going to make a race of it, and coming level now inside the final 100 yards. They're both wandering around a bit. Lodge Lane just stuck his nose in front. Carruthers trying to fight back, but the first of the afternoon will go to Lodge Lane.
The leader here is What a Friend, white colours, blue cap, leading from Carruthers, in behind him Spare Cash and Fighting Chance, who is now beaten. The final flight coming up here for What a Friend. What a Friend at the last made a right mess of it. Carruthers now with a golden chance, and Spare Cash staying on strongly to the line. Carruthers on the far side there from What a Friend, who's trying to rally. Carruthers gifted the race.
And now Sam Thomas just having to get to work on the Tother one, who's being sent through again to challenge. They're 3 or 4 lengths clear of Fair Oak Lad in third, coming towards the last, and the Tother one has jumped it in company with Cornish Jester. Not much between the two as they race into the closing stages. They're a long way clear of Fair Oak Lad. The Tother one, though, is just edging ahead close home and has come through to win this with a little bit in hand.
Well, Matt Chapman worried about Carruthers actually going on the track at Cheltenham, handling the course, but for me, he handled Exeter absolutely superbly, and I think the course will really play into his hands.
I do. He's won well around Warwick as well. Undulations, big hill at Warwick to come down. Kept galloping. Good performance last time out at Bangor. Went from the front. Very versatile horse. One thing he's got a very, very high cruising speed, and I'm sure you'll see Matty Batchelor popping him out handy and just going a good gallop.
I mean, being sentimental, you know, the Lord Oaksey, all that sort of connection, there's going to be a lot of people backing this horse. But actually, purely on form, he's got an outstanding chance, hasn't he?
I mean, the form with Lodge Lane, he got beat by Lodge Lane.
At Exeter.
But I think Carruthers has really improved since then. And I just like the way he races. He's a very quick and accurate jumper.
Lodge Lane's always been held in the highest regard. Now, I really analysed that race at Exeter. I was down there, watched it 2 or 3 times, the run-in, and I'm not so sure that Lodge Lane, I'm not sure he hasn't got a few quirks about him. He just took a bit of time to get going, and then he just jinked a little bit up the run-in. I don't know about him.
Quite a big horse.
Perhaps he's just been green. Perhaps I'm being unfair.
I would say he probably is being green. He beat me around Fontwell on a horse called On a High of Lady Herries. I finished 3rd that day. Beat me a length and a half. My horse has gone and improved since then. Would be rated about 125. You're looking for a horse that's going to be rated in the sort of early 130s for this race. So it's an open contest, but a good one.
What about Gone to Lunch? Now, this is a horse you get trained by a small man. I think he's only got Jeremy's only got sort of 5 horses or something in training. Starts off, wins a couple of little races. Liam Hurd on board. Then he improves and he improves. He ran him in a good race last time at Cheltenham. He's run an absolute screamer.
Yep, just very progressive. He just,
never run in a handicap now.
No, he hasn't. He's just gone from strength to strength. He's worked his way up. He suddenly ended up in this race probably by default more than anything else.
Yeah.
Like you say, he's handicapped out of handicaps.
Yeah.
So there's not too many races you can go for. So stayer. And as I said, there's 5 or 6 in here with a similar type of profile. The Tother one, again, started in handicaps, progressed, taken advantage of probably a very lenient handicap mark to start with, then carried a couple of penalties, run in big fields, which is always a plus. With Sam Thomas on board when Ruby was off injured. But he looks a weak type of horse who's just gone on and gone on. Whether it's just going to catch up with him, maybe he's going to be better now with a season out at grass, time will tell. But it's just the nature of the horse. He's kept going and he's done nothing wrong. But
I think
most of these horses in here have got a very similar type of profile. But
I think he's been flattered, Andy. I think he's been flattered at Tother. I think he's been very, very well placed. He looks impressive. The form figures look impressive. But as you say, he's on a great handicap mark. He exploited that. I don't know. Well, what about Attila? There's a horse that won yesterday. I was at Newbury, a horse called Cryptic. He's now won 4 novice hurdles this year. He beat Trees yesterday. He absolutely bolted up. Philip Hobbs's horses seem to be hitting form at exactly the right time. Yeah,
I was impressed with him yesterday. I was also impressed with him at Wincanton when he won round there. That was probably more of an impressive performance. Right. Relentless galloper. Again, like Carruthers, they haven't taken each other on yet. But as you say, Cryptic, 11-13 at Newbury, lot of weight to carry, giving a lot of weight away. But he did the job well. Unlike a lot of the races at the festival, this race to me, I mean, we've mentioned the leading contenders. There's no real standout horse. This is an open race, isn't it? Absolutely. I think this is probably one of the toughest races to find the winner of. Yeah. Come on then. Well, that's what we're paying you fortunes for. What's going to win? Cryptic would be my each-way selection at the price, probably at 12-1 at the moment. But Carruthers, can't get away from him. He just the nature, the way he races. Out of a very good mare that Lord Oaksey trained called Played May. Yeah, I remember her. Very, very tough. Very, very tough. And she's instilled that into Carruthers. And what a story it would be as well. Lord Oaksey, that connection. Carruthers then, Andy's selection for the Albert Bartlett.
At theraces.com, Cheltenham Preview, sponsored by Ladbrokes.com.